Alright, so this is going to be a very short video. I'm just going to show you how to open a project that's a video and make that into a composition. And instead of trying to make a composition, let's say you make a really cool graphic, motion graphics, and then you try to drag in a video into that, it might not always come out right. Sometimes it has the wrong frame size, sometimes it has the wrong frame rate, sometimes the color scheme is wrong, you have the wrong setup, and sometimes you just need to stretch it and do all these things, move it around to make it fit, and that's not always the best option. So what we want to do is we want to start with video footage and then add on our animations and After Effects stuff later on. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up here to File, and we're going to import that video. So we're going to go down to Import, and we're going to go to File again, and I'm going to find my file. I think it's on my desktop. So .move, and I'm going to post this movie so you guys can get this movie as well. So we want to import it as footage, so it says import as footage, QuickTime. A lot of times it's nice to have an MP4 instead of a .move QuickTime file, but it's fine. And we're going to click OK. Alright, so now you see my QuickTime. It tells me what type it is, it tells me how big it is, 154 megabytes. Frame rate is 50 frames per second. So I'm just going to come down here, I'm going to right click on that name, and I'm going to say new comp from selection. Right, so now what it does is it creates the composition for me. So now when I come down here, I have all the same attributes that I had before when we did our text thing, but now I have fish in the background. So if I hit play, I hit spacebar, you can see that my fish and my water scene it's still a video, but now I can add stuff to it. So look, if I click down this little tab here, I still have my transform controls and all of that. Alright, so what I'm going to do, we're going to do the same thing we did before. See if you can remember how to do it. I'm not going to explain it this time. I want you to add your text on here. So I want your text to move with the fish, and then when it gets to the end, I want it to do something of your choice, such as fade out, drop off, scale really big or really small. Do something with some of those other controls. I don't want you to fool around with that. And then afterwards, save it as so we're going to go after you're done with your composition, we're going to save it and we're going to export it as a movie. So to export it as a movie, you have to go to Add Adobe Media Encoder, right? And hopefully this is installed on your computers. So while it does that, another thing that you can do with your composition is, remember I said you can always change those settings later. I wanted to change my settings. I can right click right here, go to composition settings, and I can change all my information again. So my preset, my custom frame rates at 50 right here, my duration, my background color, I can change all those afterwards just by right clicking. So let's go back to Media Encoder since it's loaded. So what I want to do is I want to save these as H.264, which is just an MP4 file. You can just click on that and you can change that if you want. Let's say if it was an animated GIF, we could click on animated GIF. And then once you're done with that, you can either click on it like that, which will open another window, which just takes a little bit of time to open. Alright, so we have our other window, and this is a little bit better, has a little bit more options. So again, we still have our H.264 right there, but we can export video, export audio if we wanted to do them separately, and we can also change the size of our video right here. So let's say this is just way too big and you want it to be 400, you can come down here and change that to 400 width, and then that'll make it smaller. So let's say so 3000 pixels is too big, so I just want 400 pixels, and 400 by 224, and that'll reduce my file size. And then I can even pick which part of the scene I want. So maybe I only want this much, so I just drag that arrow back and then I can click OK. And then now when I make my video, I hit this little start cue over here, and it'll create the video as you see down here. based on just the section that I wanted, as well as that size 400 by 224. You can see it says right there, and that'll give me specifically what I want. The other one's going because I had it in queue, but you don't always have to do that as well. So now I have my video, which I can upload to Canvas, and that's it. So again, for this assignment, I want you to do the same text that we did before, and this time I want you to do something different. I want it to go from left to right this time with the fish, because the fish are moving to the right, and I want it to do something special when it gets to this side of the page. All right.